Before we begin, turn off the lights. Put your headphones on. And promise yourself one thing. If you hear whispering, don't answer. Because tonight's story is being heard by more than just you. Let's begin. I never believed in ghosts. Never cared much for the old stories about haunted houses or cursed towns. But Pine Hill changed everything. It started when my editor sent me on what I thought would be a quiet little assignment, a small town in Pennsylvania where people claim strange things happen. Nothing concrete, just rumors. I packed my bags and drove down the winding roads, the sun setting behind me, casting long shadows over the dense forest. Pine Hill didn't show up on most maps. No cell service. No internet. Just silence. I checked into the only motel in town, a place called Pine Rest Inn. The sign was faded, the paint peeling, and the whole building creaked like it was alive. The woman at the front desk didn't say much, just handed me a key with a number, 6. That night, I unpacked my things and found something under the mattress, a note, scrawled in red ink, asterisk, leave before the whispering starts. Asterisk. I laughed. Probably a prank. But later, as the clock struck 3:09 a.m., I woke up to a sound, whispering. Faint at first. Then louder. Right beside my ear. Aaron, don't listen, don't look, just leave. I froze. My heart pounded. The room was empty. The door locked. The next morning, I tried to shake off the fear. I walked through Pine Hill. No one talked. No one smiled. The air felt thick. The trees seemed to lean closer, watching. At the diner, the waitress barely looked up as I ordered coffee. People say weird things happen here, I said. She just shook her head, eyes dull. You don't want to be here after dark. I decided to explore the forest nearby. They called it Whispering Woods. The locals never went in. They said voices pulled people deeper, trapping them forever. I thought it was superstition until I heard it myself. The sun was setting as I stepped into the woods. The trees grew tall, their branches thick like arms, blocking out most of the light. I heard it before I saw it, a faint whisper, just at the edge of hearing. I stopped, listened. Come, deeper. The voice was soft, sad, but impossible to ignore. I kept walking, drawn like a moth to a flame. The whispering grew louder, swirling around me. Suddenly, the path vanished beneath my feet. I was surrounded by darkness. Panic set in, but my feet kept moving. Then I saw it, shadows moving between the trees. Not quite human. Not quite animal. Watching. I found a cabin deep in the woods. It looked abandoned, but smoke rose from the chimney. Inside, I found old photographs, families, children, all from Pine Hill, all vanished without a trace. There was a journal on the table, written by a man named Samuel, the last resident of Pine Hill. He wrote about the whispers, voices that lure people into the forest, trapping their souls. The town was cursed, trapped in a cycle of darkness. The only way to survive was to never listen, never follow the whispers. I tried to leave, but the woods wouldn't let me go. The whispers surrounded me, calling my name, tempting me deeper. I ran, branches scratching my skin, heart racing. I burst out of the woods just as dawn broke, collapsing on the roadside. Behind me, I heard one last whisper, asterisk, we will wait, for you to return. Asterisk. I left Pine Hill that day, never looking back. But sometimes, at night, I still hear the whispers. And I know, some part of me is still trapped there.